to connect and network with each other, because this is a networking opportunity as well. The other participants or other attendees who are part of this session, there are also business owners like you. And if you had been meeting them personally in a physical event, you would have definitely exchanged your cards with them. Now, you're meeting them virtually, so you cannot physically exchange your card. But what you can do is you can share information with the attendees or the participants who are here joining us today in this session. So that will help you network and connect with the other business owners who are also here. Now, obviously, you can share information about your company, from where you are joining, what products and services you deal in. If you have a website, you can include the website link, your contact details. And in addition to that, if you have a requirement, if you're looking for something, you should also include that, because many times what I've observed that in these kind of sessions or network, in these kinds of webinars or sessions, when you explain or when you share that I'm looking for this particular product or service, so there is a possibility that some of the participant may be offering that product or service, or they may know someone who's very good at it, and they may be able to refer you, right? So you'll be able to get the maximum benefit of this session. All right. So that was a suggestion. Now, as I'm giving the suggestion, it is also my responsibility to take the initiative. So I'll take the initiative and I will share my details, and then you can follow suit. So this is where I'm quickly sharing my details in the chat. Just give me a second. And I can see already participants have started sharing details about themselves. So I've just added details about myself. Once again, I can see a lot of members have joined in off late. So good evening and a warm welcome to all of you. Now, I am not sure if you have heard me when the session started. So I informed the participants that we'll be starting the session at 4 or 5 p.m. We're just giving this time for the participants to join in and settle down. So warm welcome to all the participants. And what we'll do is obviously have explained that how you can benefit from this session. So this is where you can network with each other, and I've already shared my details in the chat to take that initiative. Now, we have exactly 2 minutes to go. I can already see there are a few members who have already started sharing their details in the chat. So please be encouraged and feel free to also do so. Now, as we are waiting for other participants to join in, one more thing that we should do is, firstly, let me quickly introduce myself, and then I'll request all the other panelists here to also introduce themselves, and then I'll give you a small brief about how we'll be conducting this session and how can you benefit the most out of this session. All right, so firstly, my introduction. So my name is Adnan. I'm Director SME E-commerce Growth at GlobalLinker, and my personal or my professional focus areas are the website builder platform, Linker.store, and other strategic e-commerce initiatives in India and other countries. In addition to that, I have a very strong interest in educating business owners or SMEs, especially around how they can use digital and technology, because that is an area of expertise for me. So how they can use digital and technology to grow their business, because a lot of people imagine that a lot of people know that, okay, we have to make websites and we have to grow, but how you can do that, how you can do that more efficiently without spending top dollars. So that is something which is of great interest to me, and that's where I conduct a lot of training sessions and webinar. In fact, one session per day is something that I do, and I've conducted more than 350 of such training sessions and webinars, and guided around 12,000 businesses in India and other countries. So that was a quick brief about myself. I'm extremely excited to connect with you all today. Now I'll request Mayank Agrawal, who's a FIEO official and who's taken out time from his busy schedule to attend this session. So I'll request him to give a short introduction about himself. Over to you, Mayank. In case you're talking, you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. So good afternoon everyone to the wonderful session organized by GlobalLinker and FIEO. I would just give my quick introduction. I myself, Mayank Agarwal. I'm working at Federation of Indian Export Organization. For those of you who don't know, it's the Apex Export Promotion Council body of India and the government of India. We issue RCMC and other services like that. In that particular organization, my role surrounds around Indian Trade Portal and Indian Business Portal. Indian Trade Portal is another venture of ours. It's a website that if you type an HSN code, you get all the details of us, all the GST and technical measures in one place. Indian Business Portal, on the other hand, is the new initiative that has been taken by FIEO with the help of GlobalLinker. In this particular initiative, what we are targeting is MSMEs, artisans, and farmers who do not have the capacity to sell large quantities, or don't have the experience to export large quantities to abroad. So through this platform, we are trying to give them a sort of visibility as well as convenience to export abroad. Allow me to share my screen so as to give you a brief presentation on the same. Is my screen visible, Adnan?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah, yeah, thanks. So, as I said, Indian Business Portal has some of the key objectives. One of the first and primary one is to enable online presence for every exporter. So, we want each and every exporter, doesn't matter how big or small of an exporter she is, they should have an online presence. And since in today's world you need an online presence to justify that you exist for most of the new world, so it's very important, or gets very important, to have an online presence even if you have a solid export or any other manufacturing setup already. The second one is like making exportable products and services discoverable online on a single platform. So we wanted a place where all the Indian sellers could come together. Doesn't matter if they deal in manufacturing goods, or they are in trading, or they are in just services. They can just come at one place and can then showcase their own all the products to the globe, and at a single place. They don't have to go to other places and make thousands of accounts. Another one is to help exporters grow business with e-commerce export capability. Obviously, if e-commerce has been growing rapidly, and in fact in today's foreign trade policy that has been launched by the Minister of Commerce, e-commerce was given a special treatment altogether. So it's high time that those exporters who are just on the fence of whether to take the e-commerce opportunities or not, is, I believe, for them it's the right time to enter the e-commerce. And I guess you should give Indian Business Portal a try, so that we will be able to help you and provide some value addition to your business overall. Some of the key features of IBP are, it's an international trade hub for Indian exporters and foreign buyers. All of them can be at one place. You can find them and do that. It's a B2B digital marketplace by FIEO, set up to empower SME exporters to identify new markets. So basically, we have seen that there's a saturation level that has been seen by us in some of the major economies like US and EU. So it provides the right platform for Indian exporters, or it's the right time for Indian exporters to identify new markets and tap those markets while they are in their young stage, and capture as much as they can. So through that you can also do that. Another one is that we have a diverse product mix. So be it a consumer and lifestyle products, industrial products, business services, or GI products. GI products, you need to understand, is a geographical indication products. If you ever heard about like for example Kashmir ka kesar, or some other like Agra ka petha. So these products entail a larger value, not just in domestically but in abroad as well. So you are able to justify a higher margins and higher profits just because it has certain quality attached to it. So we have focused a lot of the deal on the geographical indication products. So you'll find that we have a lot of geographical indication related products. So I believe to those whom this particular category of product is new, to give it a quick learning on the internet, do a little Google search and understand deeply about what GI products really is. We also have buyer registration process for agent and foreign buyers to not only just sell, but also request and schedule meetings with suppliers that are listed on IBP. So you can just at a at a one place you can schedule meetings as well, and take your business transactions to another level. Already 12,000 plus SMEs are already registered on FIEO platform, through which we have already 2,000 plus on Indian business portal. So we have seen great performance in that area as well. Some of the benefits of IBP is that for Indian sellers, if I talk about it, is that you get an e-commerce website for export business via linker.so. So, but basically, this point says is that when you're creating your store, your particular store, you'll be getting a special URL that you can use in your marketing activities, or you can just separately use. What will happen is that your website will be in a common, in a standardized way, will be shown all the products and all the services and all the prices that you offer at a very standardized place at Indian Business Portal. But you will have that linker.store website to your name, and you can use it wherever you want to. There's also an option to sell products or accept the inquiry. So what's basically is that when they they feel that their product is a little more tailor made, and that's especially accept the order inquiry. So basically they can just request an inquiry, and you can just quote your prices, the best quote prices that you can for a certain service or a product. You can also showcase products and services on the portal, as I already mentioned, and there's obviously a technical support from us and GlobalLinker team always. From the foreign buyers perspective, there are you can find all the Indian suppliers at one place. You don't need to go to 20 order different websites. One advantage of this is that our Indian exporters will be given the benefit, they'll be given the visibility, and not the other nationality you know exporters. Like for example, if you're an Alibaba, so there are multiple people there. So you're competing with not just your domestically, but internationally as well for the same buyer. So you won't really be needing to do that here. There's also a search by category, suppliers name, ITC, HSN code. So basically, we have created this search panel through which you can just, if you type in your HSN code, you can get the product that lies in that HSN code. You can browse from 4,500 categories of buyers. Also, interact directly with suppliers. So the meeting feature that I already talked about in the previous slide. In this case as well, you have constant support from us at FIEO as well as at GlobalLinker. So if I talk about in a brief, we have 14,000 plus SMEs that are already registered on the FIEO Global Linker platform. And of those 2,000 plus who have already joined, with over 95,000 plus products and services listed on Indian Business Portal. There's obviously global visibility. We are trying our level best to promote it in worldwide through our embassies and whatnot. There's also the feature of business meetings that you can, as I mentioned, you can organize meetings with the foreign buyers and directly take your transaction uh, outside of just the portal. As I mentioned, geographical indication products, we have already 370 Indian geographical products listed from India, and many more to count. And we have given a very, our very focus on this particular category. So I humbly request you again to give a look into these kinds of products, and see if there is something or any opportunity that you find that you can grab. So when I was earlier talking about the customized e-store, .linker.store, that the website that you will have, this is an example of that of NH Kapde Wala. You will have a website of yours. You can design it, customize it, create images like this NH Kapde Wala store has created for them. Sells, and you can use this particular website without Indian Business Portal as well. You can just use this website URL and use it like a normal e-commerce website for your own D2C customers. But what will happen is that where once you create that NH Kapdewala your website, on when you search on Indian business portal, like NH Kapdewala, and when you search on it, you will find all the products in a very standardized manner, so that for a foreign buyer they don't have to understand, or they don't have to deal with the design language of each and every website. So you can do that as well. So that's it for, I guess, Indian Business Portal is a great opportunity for budding exporters as well as the experienced exporters. And I believe Adnan will give you a very good introduction how to list your store and take it forward. Over to you, Adnan. Adnan.
Thanks, man. And that was a wonderful introduction about Indian Business Portal and how it can benefit you. Now, I'll take you through the journey wherein I'll explain to you how you can join Indian Business Portal. So, in next few moments, I'll start sharing my screen. But before I do that, there's one very important aspect that I wanted to share with you, and that aspect is how can you benefit the most out of this session, and that would be when you get all the answers to the questions that you have. Now, this is where I encourage, or we encourage in all our sessions, that whatever questions or queries or doubts you have in your mind, you should ask them freely. And that's where I would request you all. There is a question answer. So if you look at the bottom of your screen, that's where you'll see Q&A. So you have to just click on that, and that's where you can ask your question. Now, many people have personally interacted, and many people psychologically have this barrier that what if others will think about us when we are asking some question, and they don't know or they don't feel that it is, whether it is genuine, or what will other people think about it. So don't worry on that. This is where your question is between the panelist and you only. So don't worry on that. And you can also ask a question as anonymous. So if you don't want your identity to be revealed, you can do that. So that is absolutely possible. So get all your doubts clear. That will help you get the maximum benefit out of this session. All right, so now what will we do? We will start sharing the screen, or I will start sharing the screen. You'll review it, what all information that I'm going to share. So in next few seconds, you'll start seeing my screen, and then we'll proceed ahead with today's discussion. And now what I'm going to do is to help you understand how you can become part of Indian Business Portal. So I'll just quickly check and let me hide this. So this is Indian Business Portal, what you're seeing on your screen. How can you access it? Very simple. You have to just type indianbusinessportal.in. Now, before getting started with the explanation about how you can join Indian Business Portal, which I can imagine is something you are extremely excited and interested to understand. A lot of times in our previous sessions, when we were interacting with business owners like you, they have curiously asked this question, and this is a very genuine question, right? You're asking us to put in effort to create a website, to create our online store. Although it will benefit us, we will have a digital presence. But are there any leads or opportunities actually there on Indian Business Portal? So there are already testimonials. So if you go to FIEO's Facebook page or LinkedIn page, that's where you can see the testimonials of Indian exporters who have benefited from Indian Business Portal. So those are already there. But there is something that I would want to show to you right away. And what is that? That is these leads. So you can see there are already so many leads which are available on the platform, and don't get just confused with the numbers. So these are the leads from importers or potential international buyers who have come to Indian Business Portal and they couldn't find a suitable supplier. So that's where they have reached out and requested FIEO, can you please help us with that? So that's where these are the leads. Other than that, international buyers are already reaching out and contacting Indian exporters on Indian Business Portal. So that business is already happening. Now, with respect to these leads, I would also want to make an announcement that these leads, at the moment, you can see they are visible. So anyone who's visiting Indian Business Portal can see these leads. But in future, these will only be visible to the participants of Indian Business Portal. So it is high time, or you should immediately join Indian Business Portal so that you can continue to get benefit from these leads. However, these leads are available at the moment on Indian Business Portal. So you can go there, review these leads and submit your acquisition and grow your business out of it. All right. So that was one thing I thought of highlighting before we moved on to our original topic. There's one more aspect or a question that gets asked, and especially from budding exporters, that we want to export, but one of the challenge that we face is with the logistic, and that's where you can see FIEO has already taken that initiative, and they have already partnered with two leading logistic service providers, especially with the international logistic, and that is ShipRocket, which you are seeing on the top, and the other one is ShipMax. And this is where they're not only providing service to you, they're also giving a special discount of 15%. So that is also available, which you can avail of. All right, so let's quickly come back to the discussion that we wanted to do here. And that is, how can you become part of Indian Business Portal, or how can you start showcasing your products, your business on Indian Business Portal, so that tomorrow when a international buyer comes to Indian Business Portal, they can see you and your business, and they can connect with you and give you orders and inquiries. All right, so let's start our process, or let's start our discussion. The very first step that you have to take to start this journey of becoming part of showcasing your products or services on Indian Business Portal, the very first step is to go to Indian Business Portal. For that, all you have to do is to type indianbusinessportal.in. Once you have reached Indian Business Portal, or Indian Business Portal is open in front of you, that's where you have to just click here, where you can see register as Indian exporter. It is kind of self-explanatory. So you have to just click on it. And once you have clicked on it, this page opens up. Now, obviously, you'll have this human inclination that you'll be inclined to click on this button, create your catalog. But this is where I would request you, I want you to do two things. One is you scroll down all the way to the bottom of the page. So this is where you'll see frequently asked questions. So I'll just repeat so that you are able to understand this, because this is important. So you go to Indian Business Portal, click on register as Indian exporter. After that, this page opens up. Here, don't click anything, just scroll down. Just scroll down all the way. Although you may have to come back again, but there are two important things that I want you to do. The first one is, when you reach frequently asked questions section, that's where you'll see the top question, and which says, how do I make my business, how do I link my business? Sorry, how do I link my business to Indian Business Portal? That's the question. I want you to click on it. You'll see all the steps which are listed here. So that is one thing. You can review these steps. But more importantly, the second step that I wanted you to do is to click on this link. So here you can see there is tutorial video written, and the text is highlighted in blue color. So you have to click on it, and it will open a video. This is the video which will get opened up. So you have to open this video, and I'll request you, or I will suggest to you, that keep this video open alongside, and then you can click on create your catalog and proceed ahead with the journey. Now, why am I recommending you to keep the video open alongside? Because this is where if you get stuck, or if you have a question, you can just refer back to the video. It is a fairly detailed video, and you'll get answers to your question, right? So that is why I am recommending that you should keep the video open alongside. Now, what I'll do is we'll use this video only, and I'll explain the rest of the journey using this video. Now, because this video is available, and I also appreciate the value of your time. So this is where I'll not get into the micro detail. I'll just explain the important aspects, or the aspects that I feel you may have questions about. All right, so let's move on. Will not play the video. I'll just keep fast forwarding the video so that we can quickly cover the journey. So this is something which I've already explained. Go to Indian Business Portal and click on register as Indian exporter, which will take you to this page. Click on create your catalog. enter your name, etc., mobile verification. Then you have to add your GST. Now, with respect to GST, although isn't something like very complicated, but a lot of people have asked me, why are you asking us to add GST number, right? Why are you asking us? So the answer is, it helps you in two ways. One is your business gets verified. So I'm not sure if you are familiar, but on GlobalLinker ecosystem, once you have created your store, or let me take a step back here. I think I'm confusing you more. So let me take a step back and explain, give a quick explanation about GlobalLinker and Indian Business Portal and online store. So GlobalLinker is a business networking and digitization enablement platform. So if you look at GlobalLinker, there are two pillars to it. One is the community aspect. So this is, or GlobalLinker is a active community of business owners. So like for social networking, we have Facebook, and professional networking, there's LinkedIn, etc. So that is where there was no platform which was available for business networking, for a business owner to connect with other business owner to find more buyers and suppliers. That there was no solution available. So this is a business networking platform, right? So that is the community aspect. Then we have the commerce aspect. That's the second pillar. That's where the website that you're creating, Indian Business Portal, and we have similar other initiative also in other part of the world. So all those come in the commerce aspect of it. So community and commerce. Now coming back to the GST discussion that we are doing. So GST, if you are verifying, that's where you get a verified marks. You get this verified mark here. You can see you get this verified mark. How will this help? So it will allow you to post, discuss, or participate in discussion on the business community that we have at GlobalLinker. So if you want to post or tell the other participants on GlobalLinker, hey, we are this business, we manufacture this product, or we provide these services. So you'll not be able to do that unless you have verified your business. The second is, if other businesses are viewing you and they don't see this verified mark, so they'll also have a little doubt about the trustworthiness and credibility, and you'll not be presented as a professional, credible, trustworthy business. So that is the second benefit that you'll get. So please do add GST so that your business gets verified. All right. So that is about GST. Then you have to add the company name, location, etc. Then is the industry. This is where you'll see a list of 38 industries and more than 200 sub industries. So you have two options. One is you can either type the industry name, or you can select it from the drop down. You can do that very easily, which will take you to this screen. This is where we were creating the account for our community GlobalLinker account, and this is where you are creating the website. Now, once you have created this website and added products to it, this will get mapped to Indian Business Portal. So all the products that you have on your website will start appearing on Indian Business Portal. That's how you become part of Indian Business Portal. We'll quickly discuss these steps. Also, this is where we are creating the website. Right now, many times when I'm interacting in a physical event or a similar virtual events, a lot of time people, when I say we are creating a website, they get startled, they get shocked that we are common individuals, we are not software developers, or we don't have a degree in uh, technology, and how can you expect us to create a website, right? That is very technical and complicated. Now you'll understand and appreciate that thanks to the advancement in technology, it has become so simple and straightforward that anyone or everyone can do that, and anyone who can operate an email can create a website and grow their business out of it, right? So it is very simple. You'll be able to do that on your own. And still, if you have issues, or if you have positive of time, or you feel that I'll be able to create it, but I may not be able to create it in a very professional manner. So in that case, there are services available, or there are options available which you can utilize. So that's where you can hire professional services, and you can avail of that professional service to get your website made. I'll request my colleague Malvika to share the link where you can submit your requisition, or you can reach out to Malvika, and she'll be able to guide you on that matter. All right, now coming back to the website creation journey that we are about to discuss on, or about to understand. So once your account creation is completed, this is the page that you will see. The very first thing that you have to do is to just agree and accept the terms of use, which will reveal this very interesting 4-stage journey. And this is where you have to don't have to do anything technical. You have to just provide certain very simple information. Now we are on the stage one. This is where you have to select a design theme. Now, first question is, what is a design theme, right? I'm saying you have to select a design theme. I understand what is a design theme, but you may not understand design theme, and I know that. So that's where I'll explain what is a design theme. So design theme is basically a layout or a way of presenting the information, right? Now I'll again go a little deeper into it because so that you can understand it more fundamentally. So if you look at the different websites which are there on the World Wide Web, so in terms of the data which is available on those websites, it is more or less the same. Some may have more volume, some may have less volume, but in terms of structure, so if you are looking at a product on the internet, so it will have a name, it will have an image, it will have a description, it may have a price, and it may have a specification, etc. Right? So the volume may vary, but it remains more or less the same. What differs is how that information is presented on the front end, right? And that is what these design themes do. So they present that information in a different way. So if you're using this theme, it will present the information in a different way. If you're using this theme, it will present the information in a slightly different way, right? So these are different layouts of presenting that information, which are available here. When you can use or you can choose any of the layouts. So any design theme that you're liking, you can select it, not a problem. Now, related question or a secondary question that comes into the mind is that, okay, we select a design theme. This is looking nice. We select it. Now, what if once our website is ready, we don't like it? So are we stuck with this design theme? Absolutely not. You can change it very easily, and you won't believe you'll be able to change it in less than 5 seconds. So how easy and simple that process is. So you're not stuck with it. You can easily change it. So if tomorrow you don't like that design theme, you'll be able to change it. The third question is a more logical one, and something which I really appreciate that someone asked me that question, because this is something that I cover in all my sessions, and something very important and fundamental that if we look at ourselves, many of us are not extremely creative persons, like including myself. I'm not a very creative person or who has a great graphic design sense, right? So in that case, everything is beautiful for me. So this is also beautiful. This is also beautiful. This is also beautiful. This is also beautiful. How do I choose which is a suitable design theme for my business? How do I choose? I'm stuck, right? And you may also be having the same problem. So a simple formula that I suggest that can help you solve that problem. And the simple formula is complete these 4 steps that you're seeing on the screen. So we are on the step 1. So complete all of them. After that, depending on what you're offering, whether you're a service provider or you're in a product sector. So upload products or services. And when I'm saying upload products or services, so add them properly. I'm not referring to dummy product, proper product with all the information. Add them with a beautiful, proper image. Add them. And after that, go to the theme section, try out different themes, whichever theme is showcasing your products in the most beautiful manner. And that's where I suggest that you look at the product detail page, not the home page, because obviously product detail page is where the action happens, is where the potential buyer will make that decision to give or not to give you order, right? So that's where that page is the most important page. So go through the themes, and whichever theme is showcasing your products or services in the most beautiful manner, that is what you have to choose. All right. Very simple practice. Anyone and everyone can use. All right. So those were few tricky bits I know concern people. So that's where I thought of answering them. All right. So step number 1 is very simple. Any theme that you're liking, just select it and move to the step number 2. Step number 2 is also, or even simpler. That is where you have to just provide brief information about your business and certain contact detail. Again, nothing rocket science or nothing complicated that you're doing here. Now, there are a few areas again which are like question magnets. So one of them is, or the biggest question magnet is right here, which is store URL. Right now, this is where what I'll do is, for a moment, I'll switch my screen. I'll take you back to the browser, and this is where because I always attempt to explain things very fundamentally so that it becomes clearer and everyone is able to understand it and use technical jargons as limited as possible, right? So the first thing that I would want to explain to you is the URL, because many people ask me, what is a URL? So here you can see what I'm trying to do is to open Google, right? So this is where you have typed google.com, right? So if someone has to open your website or access your website, what they'll be typing will be your website's URL. Google's URL is google.com. Similarly, if your business name is ABC, so your URL can be abc.linker.store, or if you have your own domain, in that case, it can be abc.com.in, depending on what domain you have bought. I can again imagine that I'm confusing you, so I'll just explain that a little further. Now, on the screen, you can see the business name is Orient Shoes, right? You can see it on the screen. Now here you can see orientshoes.linker.store is the URL which this website is getting. Now, what is this linker.store? So linker.store is a domain that we are providing to our members free of cost. It is our subdomain, which you can use for as long period as you want. So there's no time limitation as such to it. Now, the question comes, why are we doing this courtesy? Why are we providing this to you? There are two reasons to it. One is many of our users are first time entrant into the digital world. They may have been operating in the physical space for decades, but now they are entering into the virtual space and they are not aware what is a domain, what is a SSL, etc. So we want to create this journey as simple as possible. So if you are someone, if you're an artisan, for example, or if you are a what do you call if you are a handicraft manufacturer or handicraft product maker, and you want to create a digital presence for yourself and you want to offer or showcase your products to international buyers, right? So in that case, you will be overwhelmed if we ask you to buy a domain and buy an SSL, right? So in that case, we want to keep that journey, that process for them as simple as possible. That's where we are providing this linker.store, so you don't have to worry about buying a domain, buying an SSL, etc. Right? So that is one use case. The second use case is even for established business who already have their own domain. So I gave you that ABC Exports example. So business name is ABC Exports. They have their domain called abcexports.com. Now, they're creating this website, but this website, as you know, is incomplete. We are creating this website. It isn't complete. If we complete these 4 steps, this is where we are just doing the first bit. We have just laid down the foundation. We have to put the products into it and then beautify it and get it ready for visit by customer, right? So till the time it gets completed, it gets ready for being presented to the general public, to international buyers on the World Wide Web. Till that time, you would want to still access the website because you would want to take it live or present it to the world only once it is in a presentable state, right? So till that time, you would still want to access it and make modifications to it. So till that time, you can use linker.store. That is the second use case. Now, related to this, many people ask me this question that can we use our own domain? We have our own domain, let's say orientshoes.in. Can we use that? Absolutely, you'll be able to use that. And in fact, it will again not take you more than 10-15 minutes. And in case you are getting stuck with that, you can reach out to our help desk and we'll be more than happy to help you out with the process. All right, so that was something which attracts a lot of questions, right? That's sort of answering it. To store description, logos, store fav icon, etc. Those are very simple and self-explanatory, so we'll not spend time there. There is one thing which is social media logo, and this is where, again, in one of the previous sessions, I have curiously asked the audience, what do you understand about social media logo? And this is where a lot of people replied to me. This is where we have to upload the logos of the social media platforms that we are active on. So for example, if I'm active on Facebook, I have to upload the Facebook logo. Absolutely not. That is a wrong understanding of this capability. So I'll just take a moment to explain what this capability is. So this capability is something which is solving a challenge you may or may not face. The challenge is that social media platforms, whether it is WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, they have a square grid in which they display the logo of the website whose link is getting shared. So for example, if I'm an international buyer, I like your products, and that's where what is the obvious thing that I would do? One of the most obvious thing is that I'll share that link with one of my partner to review and then take that decision, right? So when I'm sharing that link, if the business's logo is pretty broad. It may not fit that 200 pixel by 200 pixel box. So in that case, either one portion of the logo may not get displayed, or it may get so much compressed that the logo is not visible at all, right? So in that case, how do you solve for that challenge? That's where this capability of social media logo come into play. So if you're facing that challenge where your logo is not getting displayed properly while the link is getting shared on social platforms like WhatsApp, etc., so in that case, you can upload a special logo which fits in properly in 200 pixel by 200 pixel square grid. All right. So that was a social media logo. And then the bottom half is all about contact details. So we'll just skip through that. And there's just one more important point, that is accept orders and accept inquiry. This is also explained in the video, the difference, but I'll take a moment to explain this as well. So what I'll do is I'll take you to a website that I use to conduct my training workshops. So on this website, I will open two pages, and I'll open two products, two different products, so that you can understand the difference between accept orders and accept inquiry. So this, what you're seeing on the screen, the product image is still getting loaded. Let it get loaded. Now it is loaded. So this, if you look at this page, you'll find it very familiar, especially people who have shopped online, who regularly shop online. You'll find it very familiar. So this is like a typical online shopping page. This is where you can see the product. There are different variant, different sizes available. And as a customer, if you have made that decision that you would want to buy that product, you can buy this product, so you can place an order. Now, as a customer, you are placing an order, you are giving an order, and as a seller, the seller is receiving that order or getting that order. So in that case, so what is the option that you have to choose here? You have to choose this option, which is accept order. So in this case, you're open to receive orders from your customers. That's where your customer is placing an order on your website. Now, many exporters are not comfortable with this, and genuine reason, right? You want to understand from where the person is placing an order, how much quantity do they want, what are the custom regulations, etc., right? So in that case, you would want to receive an inquiry and then review that inquiry, and based on that, you want to share the quotation, right? So in that case, you would want to have something similar to what you're seeing on the screen. So this is where, again, the variation, etc., all that information is available. The difference is the action which a buyer can take. So this is where they can place an order, then this is where they can send an inquiry that, hey, we are interested in buying these many number of products from you, and please send us a quotation. So, right, so they can send you an inquiry, right? That is the send inquiry feature. So if you are someone who's interested to have this kind of a website, or offer this kind of an experience to the buyers who will be visiting your website, in that case, you have to select this option, which is accept inquiry. Hope the differentiation is clear, but there's a important point that you may have already noticed, or in case you have missed out. This is same website, right? So same website has both type of products. So it has accept order product, and it has inquiry product. So what is happening? Do I have some special powers, and that's why I have this special store? No, absolutely not. This flexibility is available to you as well. If you don't want to create restrictions on your digital website or digital asset that you are creating. So there can be a scenario that few months down the line, or 1 year down the line, your business diversifies. Now you want to, in addition to inquiries, you also want to receive orders on your business, right? So you will not be creating a new website. You can use the same website, and you can have both type of products on the same website, right? So that is where we have kept it flexible. It is up to you which type of but what are you doing here is essentially you are telling the system that this is the type of website I intend to create. All right, so which will take us to stage number 3. This is where you have to provide information about your business. Now, many people don't or they underestimate the importance of this section. So again, for a moment, I'll just take you back to Indian Business Portal. Why have I brought you back here? Because I want to show you something, and which is you can understand the importance of this section. So I'm just going to the profile. This is the seller's profile on Indian Business Portal, and here you can see there is a section called About Us right here. So when you click on it, this is where you can see the information about this business. Now, this section which you are seeing here is from this information goes to Indian Business Portal, right? So if you are not providing right information or adequate information here, obviously you are presenting or under presenting yourself, and obviously the international buyer may not get impressed and they may not consider you for giving you an export order, right? So in that case, it is extremely important that you provide at most information here, right? And in the correct manner. Again, the information that you have to add here is not like something very complicated. It is all you already have. But there can be a scenario where you are creating the website. While you are in the process of creating the website, you may not have this information, right? Don't worry on that. You can add it at a later stage as well, but please do add it. What I request you is please do add this information. All right. So what you have to add is you have to specify whether you're a FIEO member or not, IEC code, type of business, which year it was established, business operations. So it is a multi-select. When I say multi-select, it means you can select more than two fields. So if you're a manufacturer as well as traders, you can select manufacturer, merchant at the same time. Are you MSME? Then you have export turnover. Countries you have already exported to, countries you would like to export to. Now, this is also very important. This is where you don't have to just do whatever you like. This is where again specifically for your product category, etc., which are the countries where you would like to export to. Now tomorrow, if the government has to send a trade uh, commission or a trade delegation to that country, so if you're not specifying it correctly, you may get missed out from that opportunity. So please do keep that in mind. Number of employees, then comes licenses and certificates. So these licenses and certificates which are adding at the back end also get displayed there. Please do add them accordingly. Then you have advantages and innovation. So please add information here. Many people skip it. Don't do that. This is where you have to just explain about the benefits or USPs of dealing with it. And I can imagine if we give you an opportunity, you'll be able to talk for hours on that. So please do add that information here. Then we have what type of business proposals you are interested in. Again, it is multi-select, so you can select more than one. You also get an option to add a small brief right here about what type of proposals you are interested in. Just add this information. As I mentioned earlier, if that information is not available, for example, certificates are not available while you're creating your website, while you are in this journey, don't worry, you can add it in a later stage, but please do add them. Then you have the last stage, which is you have to upload a product. This is where, again, we'll quickly skip through it because it is already explained in detail in the video. But many people curiously ask me this question in my previous sessions that why are you just allowing us to upload one product? What about other products? We have more than one product. So those will be uploaded once you are done through this journey. So this is where we'll just skip through it because all the aspects are already explained here. There's one aspect that I would want to highlight still is about these drop downs which are here. So there are category selection drop downs. So you have to basically select a category and subcategory. Now these are more than 4,500 categories and subcategories. So the possibility of your business not finding a place in these categories and subcategories is highly unlikely. But still, if you are not able to find your business in this category, subcategory, you can use this option, can't find my category and subcategory, and you can upload the product. But one clear advantage that you get by selecting a category and subcategory from the drop down is that this HS code gets automatically populated. So you don't have to add it manually, but if you're adding your own category and subcategory, please do add the HS code. All right. So because one of the search feature on Indian Business Portal is to search by HS code, and it is a popular method which is followed by international bands. So that's why it is presented here. Now, if you are someone who's not adding the HS code, you are obviously losing out on the opportunity. Please do add them. So that was one aspect that I thought of highlighting. We'll just quickly skip through, and why we are doing that because all this is covered in detail in the video. So let's not waste time on that. We'll just skip to the next step, which is where your store gets completed. The next step which you're seeing here on the screen, this is an optional step. So you can do it now, you can do it later. This is where you, in the video, we have explained how you can customize the color scheme or how you can upload the banners. So the process is detailed in the video, so you can do it later as well. Once you are through that, that's where your website gets completed. So this is how you'll be able to create your website. And you have to upload the remaining products or services. If you're someone who's wanting to offer uh, add to cart where people can come and they can place an order. So in that case, you have to do two additional things, which is you have to activate payment and logistic, and then you can start offering your website to international buyers, and it will get reviewed. If you're someone who's wanting to create an inquiry store, so in that case, you have to just upload the remaining products or services, beautify your website, and then your website will get showcased on Indian Business Portal. Now, there are this is the journey I wanted to explain to you, and we'll quickly break into a question answer round. I can imagine you may have a lot of questions that you want to get answers of. But before we do that, there is one more video. I'll not explain this video, but what I'll do is I'll share the link of this video. This is an important video because what we have experienced that while you're creating your website to showcase products or services on Indian Business Portal, you may do certain mistakes, unwanted mistakes that are preventing you from getting showcased on Indian Business Portal. So how can you identify those mistakes? And in case you have already made those mistakes, how can you rectify them? All that is explained in detail in this video. So I'll also share the link of this video. Please also review this video once while you are creating your website so that you don't make those mistakes. And in case you have already made those mistakes, you'll be able to see how you can rectify them. All right. So this is where I'll turn off the screen share and I'll turn off the screen share, and I will now quickly share the links of the videos that we have used.
Thanks, Adnan, for that insightful session. And I'm sure you're sharing the follow on to that in the chat box as well. A lot of members were asking a couple of questions in the chat, but I'll take on the ones in the Q&A first. So let me know when you're ready so that...
Absolutely. I've just shared the link. I'm ready. Sure. Because we don't have a lot of time left with us. So we'll try to do it as quickly as possible.
Sure. So is the Indian Business Portal specific only for product